Okay. Okay. So, moving on, what a review paper looks like, or what you will submit in the end, and what it will look like. It should look like it should look something like this. Okay, it should look something like this. Okay, so you will put the title. Okay, then you will have the title page. Okay, your group names, your topic. Okay, and all these things. You will be a title page. Then you move on to the abstract. Okay, what is an abstract? It's a summary of your paper. Okay, including the topic, the importance of the topic, review of the topic, and anything which you found from the topic. Okay, so this will be the next thing. Okay, after the title page. Okay, your uh, report or your assignment will start with an abstract. Okay, so abstract comes first, then you have the introduction. Okay, introduction, you will introduce your topic. Okay, so you will provide background on your topic. Okay, why it is important. First of all, what is your topic, what does it mean, and any definition, importance in civil engineering. Okay, and what you are going to achieve with this review. Okay, why you want to review this. Okay, so what is your topic, why it's important, why you are reviewing it. Okay, then the next section would be methodology. In methodology, you will explain how did you make your search for the papers. So I told you you have to search and include 20 papers. Okay, so where did you do the search, what words or what phrases you used in your search, what was the time period of the papers. Okay, so you cannot uh, send, you will not include papers which were published in 1980s and 1990s and so on. Okay, you have to include latest papers in your report. Okay, then the next item is the main item. This is the main item of this paper, which is a literature review. Okay, so in the literature review, you will now present the summary of your papers. The 20 papers which you have reviewed, you will present their summaries here. Okay, but summary should, I will explain it later in more details as well. Summary should not be, okay, paper 1 summary, paper 2 summary. No, you will review it, you will summarize it, and then you will uh, organize it yourself according to the subtopics of the paper. Okay, subtopics of the topic. Okay, so there is a main topic, and within that you have some subtopics. For example, your main topic could be use of AI in civil engineering, let's say. Okay, so you may have some papers which are talking about use of AI for coding. You may have some papers which are talking about use of AI for writing. Okay, and use of AI for fla and fla. Okay, so this will become your subtopics. Okay, so in the literature review, you will combine all the papers which are related to one subtopic, and you will explain it uh, like a paragraph. Okay, or like with combined. Okay, not paper by paper. Okay, so you have to read the papers, you have to combine them. Okay, the summary, and then you will present it as one story. Okay, not divided into papers. Okay, the next section should be applications in civil engineering practice. Okay, so how topic is this thing is used in real life projects. Now you have to this this thing, some of it you will get from the papers. When you will read the papers, you will know that how this topic is used in real projects. Okay, and because in papers you will find something which is done in research. Okay, maybe some lab experiments, something which the people are doing in universities. Okay, but some of it would be applied in real life as well. Okay, so the next thing which you are going to do is apply this in real life. Okay, or how this can be applied, or this is already applied in real life. So like I said, it could be something from your own side, or partially from the papers and partially from your own side as well. Okay, so you may find in the papers that this thing is applied in this field or in this type of projects already. Okay, so you will include it here, and you may think that yes, this can also be applied in this. Somebody may be saying that AI in coding is applied in structural engineering field or water resources field, and you think yes, it can be applied in transportation as well, and so on and so forth. So you will add it over here. Okay, then you have challenges and limitations. Okay, uh, when they were discussing the topic, they must have discussed what are the problems they are facing in this topic, in this field. Okay, so in AI, in civil engineering, for example, what are the challenges and what are the difficulties they are facing in the field when they try to apply it in real projects? What are the challenges they are facing? Okay, and what are the difficulties they are facing? So you will write it over here, and future direction is totally on your own. Future direction is totally on your own. You may take the help from the literature again, but you have to think. Okay, what they have already done this much. What should be done next? You don't have to do it. Remember, all these what we are discussing is a review. Okay, it's coming from the literature review, so you don't have to do any of these things. Okay, you don't have to actually apply it. When we say application civil engineering, you don't have to apply it. You will say, okay, it can be applied or it is already applied. Same thing, challenges, limitations, what others have already mentioned. Future directions, you think, okay, this can be done. Okay, so I'm not saying that you have to do it yourself. Okay, so if somebody says, oh, AI in civil engineering can be applied for uh, analyzing images as well. Okay, so yes, you will write in future directions. Okay, you don't have to actually apply it for image analysis yourself. Okay, so after future directions, you will have the conclusions. Okay, conclusion is a summary of the previous findings. Okay, so in literature review, in challenges, in future directions, you are presenting your findings in more detail. In conclusion, you will summarize them. Okay, in conclusion, you will summarize these final in those important points. Okay, so conclusion will be a summary of what you have already presented in the last 3-4 sections, and then you have the reference list. You will put all so the reference list should have at least 20 papers. Okay, because you are required to do review of 20 papers, so reference list less than 20 papers will not be accepted. Now keep one thing in mind. Okay, make sure these are real papers. Okay, don't rely on AI. Okay, AI gave me a list of 20 papers. This is no. You have to check. We will check as well. Okay, if the papers are AI generated, then we know that you didn't review the paper. The paper does not exist. Okay, and to make sure at the end, after the references, you have to give the summary, the appendix. Okay, the appendix will contain a table, and the table will contain these columns. Okay, paper 1, what was the title of the paper, in which year it was published, what method was used in the paper, and what was the key finding of the paper, 1 or 2 points. Okay, so you have to do it for all the 20 papers. Okay, so this will be included at the end. Okay, let me look at what you guys are saying. Okay, so I will record them with me. I told you have to give me a group name as well. What is the name of the group? Not the student name, the group name. Okay, so you have to like come up with a group name as well. Tell me what will be your group name. Those two groups who have already given it to me, what name you are suggesting for your group? After that, I can record it with me. Okay, so this was about, so this will be, now let me share something which is okay, so this contains more details now. Okay, with an example as well. Okay, this file contains the, don't worry, I will upload all the files, even the example ones as well. Okay, so if you look at this shows you some examples as well. Okay, so the abstract I already mentioned. In the abstract, these are the things you should uh, include. Okay, so what is the topic? what is important about the topic. I'm not talking about the abstract, okay? So these things will come in one or two sentences, okay? In the paper, in the rest of the paper, you will discuss these things in more detail, but in the abstract, you will present them with 1, 2, 3 sentences only. So what is the topic, why it's important? What did you review, the 20 papers and whatever, and what were the main findings, okay? So the abstract will be, this structure, okay? One sentence about the topic itself, 1 or 2 sentences about the importance. These are guidelines, okay? So if you are one sentence, more or less, it doesn't matter, okay? In the end, make sure that you are following the word limit, okay? 2, 3 sentences, what papers discussed about this topic, the common themes in the papers, and then you have the last sentence, the conclusion, and the most important thing is that abstract appears first in the report, but it should be written at the end, okay? Once you have done your review, you have finished writing the entire paper, then you go on to the start of the report and write the abstract, because until you have finished your work you cannot summarize it, okay? So you do not know the conclusion of your work, you do not know the conclusion of your work, you do not know what papers have discussed until you review them, okay? So abstract cannot be completed until you have finished your entire work, okay? So first thing is, don't start with abstract, okay? In terms of writing, yes, abstract will appear first in the report, but it should be written at the end, okay? So you will have an empty section, abstract, in your report, which you will fill once you have finished all your work, okay? Then I told you the next section is going to be introduction. In the introduction, you will give the background of the topic, the name of the topic, its importance, any facts and figures you have about this topic, okay, and what is the aim of the paper, okay? So you can see some sentences here, okay, and make sure that you keep your sentences simple, okay? You should be able to understand, okay? So this paper discusses what topic, this topic is important, why. The review of the paper is to analyze what aspect of the topic, and so on and so forth, okay? So make sure it is simple, okay? Don't go for long sentences and very large introduction of 2, 2, 3 pages and so on, okay? Normally the introduction is within a page, within 1 page, okay? The next section is going to be methodology. In the methodology, as I mentioned, you will say how did you find the papers, what keywords you use to find the paper, okay? Like or what would you type in the search bar for finding the paper, uh, time range, okay, of the paper, which is already fixed, you have to do it for the last 10 years, okay? The time range is already fixed, you have to do it for the last 10 years, okay? Type of sources, again, uh, journals and conferences mainly, journals and conferences mainly. You may include books, you may include what do we say, uh, reports, okay, but good reports, okay, not all student reports. Somebody has uploaded their SDP, or somebody uploaded something on their own, this is not allowed, okay? Something from Wikipedia, something from Instagram post and so on, these are not allowed, okay? So mainly focus on journals and conferences, okay? Even if you include report, that one will not be included in the 20 papers you have to review, okay? So even after the including the book and the reports, they are allowed, but they will not be included in the 20 research papers. So 20 research papers should be from conferences and journals, okay? Nothing else. Okay, again an example is given how you are supposed to write it. Okay, then the literature review, I told you this is the main section, okay, the most important part of your project. You have to summarize the 20 papers here, and you have to do it theme by theme. So you have to first of all make the summary and discuss it among yourself. Okay, I reviewed this paper and I found this, okay? So now my advice is, you have 2 or 3 people in your group, these 2 3 people will divide the works among them. Okay, I will review 6 papers, 7 papers, you will review 6 7 papers, you will review 6 7 papers. 20 papers are complete, we'll review them, we'll make the summary, and then we are going to share it with each other. Okay, because then you have to do this thing. Okay, so your literature review will not be paper 1 this, paper 2 this. No, you have to in the end combine them into one story. Okay, and you have to find out the sub themes from these reviews. Okay, what are the main themes which you find under this topic when you were reviewing it. Okay, so how do you find the sub themes? You have to discuss it. Maybe one guy found something and it was common in the other guy's review as well. So in the end, you have to share it and discuss it. Okay, so it could be something like this. Okay, you can see the example over here. Okay, first theme you found AI in structural monitoring, AI in second theme AI in transportation. Okay, so all the papers which are related to this theme will come under this heading. Okay, but again, don't do it like this. Paper 1 says this, paper 2 says this. No, you will combine these papers and you will form it into one finding. Okay, that we reviewed 2 4 5 papers in this theme and we found this, and so on and so forth. Okay, this is called as synthesis. The word which they use is called synthesis. So you will not do listing of summaries, you will do synthesis of summaries. Okay, synthesis means you read it, you review it, and you try to make connection between them. Okay, and then you give your finding according to that. Okay, then the next section I told you is application civil engineering. So how this topic is used in real life projects. So AI in civil engineering, for example, is it used in traffic prediction, is it used in construction planning, and so on and so forth. Okay, so this connects to the main goal, the outcome of this project. Okay, challenges and limitations. If somebody tries to apply it, what are the challenges, limitations? For example, one of the challenge could be that if you try to apply it, it will cost you much in terms of hiring people, specialist people, and training, and so on and so forth. Okay, you may not have the infrastructure in some of the countries for AI, and so on and so forth. Okay, so you will discuss these things over here. Okay, then future directions. Okay, what researchers should do in future, what people should do in future. Okay, now future directions not for the application. Okay, we already discussed the application over here in challenges and in this the last 2 sections. Okay, future work in terms of research. Okay, so this much is already found, what they must find next. Okay, so finding something, not applying. Application you already discussed. Okay, so future direction is for not for application, future direction is for what to find next. Okay, so what researchers should do and how it can be improved. Okay, so it could be more research needed, better integration needed, and better material needed, and so on and so forth. And the last thing is conclusion. Conclusion, as I told you, the summary of the previous sections. Okay, focus on the main findings, focus on the main message. Okay, it should be only 1 or 2 paragraphs. Okay, then you will go to reference list, and you have to cite all the 20 references, at least 20. If they are more, no problem, but at least 20. Okay, you have to find out, you have to apply the references in the reference list can be cited in different ways. I will show you. Okay, they can be cited, or they can be included, or they can be written in the paper in different ways. Okay, so you have to go for consistent formatting of writing the reference. Okay, it's not like you are adopting one style for one reference and another style for another reference. It is not allowed. Okay, so the reference writing style should be consistent, and make sure the whole paper is consistent. So we are not fixing what should be the formatting style of the paper. So you can adopt your own style, but it should be consistent. Okay, it's not like one heading is in 16 size font and the other one is in 12 size font. One section is in Times New Roman, the other one is in Calibri, and so on and so forth. Okay, so we don't want this multi-style paper. Okay, whatever style you are adopting, you have to keep it same throughout the paper. Okay, then the last section is the appendix. The appendix, I told you, you have to make this table and you have to write these things over here. Okay, so some important points. Okay, You have to avoid plagiarism. You have to show your understanding, okay? Not just copying keywords from the paper. You have to show that I understood this, and this is why we have the presentation as well. Okay, use simple language. The papers may have more difficult language. You have to understand it and explain it in your own words. Okay, if you explain it in your own words, you will not have the problem of similarity. Okay, I'm giving you the golden rule. Okay, if you read something and you write it in your own words, you will not have the problem of similarity. Never. Okay, and make sure that you have each person contributing. So I already gave you the example. You can divide 20 papers into different members, and these members will do the summary and they can share with each other. You can divide sections into yourselves as well. Okay, I will do the first two sections, you do the next two sections, and so on. But make sure they are dividing it equally. All sections are not equally divided. Okay, so the introduction, methodology, they are relatively easier section. Literature review is the main section, so the main section you can divide into yourselves. Okay, again, conclusion is a small section. It's mentioned 1 or 2 paragraphs only. Okay, so half a page to maybe 3/4 of the page. Okay, the literature review is the main section. It can go up to 3, 4, 5 pages. Okay, so in the end, you should try to answer this question: what researchers study in this topic, what they have already found, and how it is useful for the civil engineering. Okay, so the whole paper should be around this question. Okay, but even if you don't remember this question, if you follow this procedure step by step, inshallah, you will be able to answer it in the end. Okay, before I move forward, let me. Okay, civil vision. Doctor engineers, what type of name is this? Okay, so before I move on, let me write these things. Okay, I'm going to write the group names here. Okay, so the first group, Ali, Muhammad Naji, and Sayyid Abdullah. Ali, Muhammad Naji, and Sayyid Abdullah. Okay, then we have Hajar, Nadia, and Zainab Jalal, civil vision. Civil okay, then we have so your group name is team 2 engineers only. Okay, okay, Ala and Zahra, your group name is what now? Okay, so write in one message your names and IDs and group name. Okay, this will make me confusing. This make it confusing for me. Okay, so write everything in one sentence, one message. Okay, so I can track it. Okay, moving on. Now, what did I show you? Showed you paper template and review format. So sample review. Okay, so this is like a sample. Okay, obviously it will not be that short. Okay, it will not be that short. I don't think you need it. I already gave you more. Okay, so okay, so first of all, I'm going to tell you how you are going to search for the papers. Okay, so people who are doing this, okay, so write your, you guys don't have any creativity. Team 3, team 4, whatever. Okay, team 3 is civil vision, makes sense. Team 2, team 4, what is this? These are not proper names. Okay, what I'm going to show you now, from where you are going to find the papers. Okay, I'm going to show you authentic platforms from where you can find your papers. Okay, authentic platforms. Okay, so simple Google search can be misleading. Okay, so what we are going to do is, Google has a tool for finding research papers. We call it Google Scholar. Okay, you can see this is the link over here, Google Scholar. Okay, I will copy and I paste it over here. Okay, this is the Google's tool for finding research papers. Okay, so you can find research papers over here. So you will type like you do it in Google, transportation. Okay, residence and transportation, whatever, and you will have these papers. Okay, now these are all authentic papers. Okay, these are all authentic sources. Okay, they could be books as well, they could be reports as well. So from there you have to like open and check which ones are conference and journal papers. So in that list of 20, you need to only include conference and journal papers. Okay, another thing which you need to do is you have to set your time range. Okay, so time range will be set from here on the left hand side. So you go there, we want from 2016 to 2026. So I'll write 2016 here. If you leave this empty, it will take it up to 2026 because the current year is 2026. So you write 2016 here and then do search. So this topic and this range, 2016 to the end, you have the list here. Okay, you can go at the end. If you want more papers, you can go to the next page. Okay, like you do in Google, you will have lots of papers. Okay, now with each paper you can see there's a link here and there's a link here. Okay, this link may not be available for all the papers. This link is to the PDF file. Okay, or to the place where this full paper is. Okay, so if you open this, you will go to the website of the paper. If you want the PDF, you can go here. Okay, so the links which are on the right hand side are for the full paper. This one may be full paper, or this one could only be abstract or title. So you have to click and check. But if you see this link over here, that means the full paper is available. So you have to search 20 papers which are full available. Okay, if you only have the title and the abstract, it's not good enough. Okay, you cannot do summary of only abstract. Abstract is itself a summary. So if you do summary of the summary, what you will get out of it? Nothing. Okay, so you have to search 20 full papers. Okay, so if there's a paper which is not available full, let me see which one. Is there a paper like this? Yeah, no, not here. So whatever. Okay, if any paper is not, you click here and you go there and you find, okay, I cannot find the full paper. This cannot be part of your summary then. Okay, that paper which is not completely available online, this will not be part of your 20. So you have to do some, you go to the next one and next one and next one. Okay, another thing which you can do is so I'm talking about this resilience and transportation. Okay, so if I don't find 20 papers, now this is simple Google search. Okay, for papers, but simple Google search. Okay, so you know when you search on Google, some content is relevant and some things are not relevant. Okay, so this will give you the list. From this list, maybe 5 6 papers are relevant, five, and the others are not relevant. So you found 5 6 papers. Now you want to find more. Okay, so what you can do is you can change your wording here. So maybe resilience in transportation planning. Okay, or resilience in uh, transportation system. Okay, so you have to, if you don't find enough papers, relevant papers, okay, so what is your criteria? It should be in this range 2016 onwards. It should be relevant and should be available full. Okay, so if you don't, and it should be conference and journals only. Okay, so if you don't find 20 papers in one search, then you can look for words which are similar to this one. Okay, so it will update the search and it may give you some more relevant papers. Okay, another way of finding relevant papers, so for example this paper is relevant, resilience of transportation systems, it is relevant to my topic. Okay, I tried the simple Google search and changing the keywords, I could not still find the 20 papers. So I have the options from here as well. I can go for related articles from here as well. So I click here, it will show me articles which are related to this topic. Okay, so you can do this another, but in this case you have to filter the date yourself. So this one is 2022, I can use it. This one is 2023, I can use it. 2011, I cannot use it. Okay, so when you go for related papers, articles, you cannot fix the date. Okay, so what did I tell you? You will search, you'll fix the date, you will look for full articles, you for full articles which are conference and journals. Okay, and if you don't find it in one search, you can try changing these terms here, your search string. Okay, and if even after that you don't find it, 20 papers you will easily find it. Okay, even with simple search and so on, you can easily find it, but you have to keep in mind that all 20 are relevant. Okay, if you don't find it, then you can pick one paper which is very relevant and go for related articles. Okay, but when you go for this option, you have to be careful that uh, the date, you have to be careful about the date. Okay, so this is one platform which is Google Scholar. Okay, you can also use UOB library site as well. You go there, UOB library, you will find this and you can search for it here as well. Okay, so resilience and transportation. Okay, so this site, it may ask you to do the login. Books are not included in the review. Zara, one message including the group name, the names and IDs, everything. One message, please. Oh my God. Are you listening to me or not? One, so where is the group name now? So one message with everything, okay? One message including group name, IDs and your student names, everything. What is your question? Tell me about Google Scholar. Yes, Ali, what is your question? Yes. No, book is not included in your review. Okay, so you can read the book, you can use it for your own understanding, but in the end, the 20 research papers should be not the books. Okay, 20 research papers will not include the books. So to go for the minimum requirement of 20 research papers, these are only journal papers and conference papers. Okay. Okay, so I was talking to other Ali Hussain. Okay, what about the references? So you will go there, you will find your topic. Okay, so all of these are references. So you have to set the date from here. Okay, so all of these are, now you have to see which one are relevant papers. These will become your references. Okay, so whatever you are searching here, or whatever you are searching, I will show you on the other side website as well. So whatever you are searching become your reference. If it is full, if it is conference and journal, if it is relevant, this becomes your reference. Okay, this becomes your reference. Okay, so I was telling you, you can use a library website as well. Okay, so I already shared the link for the library website. You search here, it will open this page. Okay, if you go to this page, now I'm already logged in. Okay, but you can log in using, so at this page it may ask you to log in. Okay, sign in. Okay, so you can do the sign in using your university account. Then whatever is available from the university website will be available to you. Okay, so now you can see I'm signing in now. On Google Scholar you don't need to sign in, but on the library website, if you sign in it will be better for you. Okay, it already has my account, so it directly signed in. Okay, but if you don't have the, if you're using it for the first time, you have to sign in using your university account to show, it will tell you what university and so on. Okay, so again now you can select which type of papers you want. So I want journals, for example, and I want conference. Okay, so I select the type from here, apply. So it will only show me journals and conference papers. Okay, another thing which I can select is the dates. Okay, so you want for the last 10 years, right? Or you can give the range. Okay, so 01/2016. Okay, up to today. If you don't write anything, it will take it up to today. Okay, so these are the papers. Okay, again you have to search which one is relevant. Okay, you can access the PDF online full text, or PDF from the publisher. These are different options. So you will see different options with each one of them. So if you are signed in, then you will find these options are more accessible to you. Okay, now you can see here, I want to show you. In this case, full text is not available in the library. Okay, full text of this article is not available in the library, so I will not choose it. Okay, if the full text was available in the library, it will show options like this. Okay, here it is telling you full text is not available, we can find it, so don't need to find it. Okay, so you go to library website, you type your search here, it will open this page, you should sign in. Okay, then you can select the date and you can select the type of resources. Okay, I already did it. Okay, it was showing here earlier. So this is how you can use the library website as well. Okay, so this is one, and this is two. Okay, they should be enough for you. Okay, if you want more, I will type the names here. Okay, you can use it. Okay, so they are also authentic sources. One is Scopus. You can go to Scopus again. University has an account there. Okay, we are titled for full text if it is available on Scopus. You can search on Science Direct. Okay, and yeah, these are the two main or very important websites for authentic research papers, authentic ones. Okay, so these I have already explained you two, and then there are others as well. Okay, these two. Okay, but as long as you give authentic research papers and you write about it in your report that we have used these websites to search, okay, we don't mind. Okay, so if you find something on your own, it's good, but in the end it should be relevant, it should be authentic. Okay, and so on and so forth. Okay, so let me give me one, just give me 1 second to write that. Fatma Sami, Zahra Mehdi, and Kausar, Civil Minds. Civil. So Fatma Sami, Zahra Mehdi, and third one, Kausar. Fatma Sami and Kausar. Okay. Ala Ammar, Zahra Shamshi, next gen. Ala Ammar, Zahra Shamshi. Okay. Groups who are having two members, you can add somebody later on and let me know. Okay, if you want to add, you can go up to 3. So if you want to add someone, I don't mind. You just let me know. Okay, so Fatma Sayyed, Zahra Abdul Nabi, Zahra Sayyed. Is this your group name, Team 4? Okay, so I'm doing it for myself. Okay, now another important thing is how you are going to use the reference in your project. Okay, so you found a study from library, from Scopus, from Science Direct, from Google Scholar, anywhere. Okay, it is relevant, it is a conference or journal paper, and it is from the last 10 years, and everything is satisfied. Okay, ah, the builders. Okay, that's more like it. Okay, so you found some reference from anywhere. Okay, now when you use this reference, let me show you an example. Okay, so I don't have example here, I will show it from one of my papers, and that's a review paper as well. Okay, just focus on the reference. Okay, focus on the reference. So this is, so I took this thing from this reference, not copy paste, but the what I'm talking about was talked or discussed in this reference, this guy. Okay, so the actual reference, okay, I will show you. So Blinko, right? Blinko. So the actual reference for Blinko is here. The full reference, full reference. Okay, so this is Blinko guy. Okay, so maybe it's a book. Okay, so these are the names of the authors. Now you can see in the citation I only wrote Blinko et al. Okay, so whenever the the number of authors is more than 2, we just write the last name of the first author and write et al. Okay, so for Chang it is only one author, so I will write Chang. Okay, I will not write et al with it. Okay, there are two authors, Blinko and someone. I'll just write the two names, the last two names for both of them. Okay, if you are okay, so what I'm going to what I was talking about is any reference which you use in your project will appear twice at least. Any reference, any paper which you are using in your report will appear twice. One as a citation I showed you in the text, and one at the end in the reference list. And in your case, it will appear at least 3 times. One in the appendix table as well. Remember, I showed you the appendix table. Okay, so here. So it will appear here in the list, in this section. It will appear here in this table. Okay, and it will appear somewhere in your text as well. But in your text, it will appear as a citation. Okay, not the full reference, not the details, but just the author name and these things. Okay, so it will appear 3 times. Okay, the full details will be in the reference list. Appendix, you will fill this table, and in the main text it will be like a citation. Okay, so it will appear 3 times. Every paper will appear at least 3 times. It can appear more times as well. Obviously, you may discuss in the introduction and the literature review. Okay, or you may discuss in the literature review and then in application in civil engineering practice as well. So discussing one paper more than one section is allowed. Okay, so one citation can appear more than one time as well, yes, but in the list and in the appendix it will only appear one. Okay, but more details. Okay, if I go here, if I go to Google Scholar, it gives you the way of, you know, taking the citation as well. So you don't have to type all the details yourself. You can select a method. So these are different styles. Okay, so you have to stick to one style, I told you. Okay, you can select one of the styles and take it from here and put it in your list of reference. So your list of reference will have all these details. The list of reference will have all the details. Okay, and one thing you have to find, like, how to cite the references. Okay, I cannot cover it in one lecture in this much time, but yeah, there are different methods of citing the reference as well, using the numbers or using the author name and so on and so forth. I showed you one example with the author name already. Okay, so I'm using, in this example, I'm using the author name with the year, author name with the year. Okay, and it is not, the reference is not cited in the abstract as well as the conclusion. The abstract and the conclusion don't need any references, or they should not have any references. Okay, so all the citations will be in the other sections. Okay, nothing in the abstract and the conclusion sections. Okay, there's a method by which you can do it automatically using Word. Okay, again, something which you have to do it yourself. Okay, there are other softwares to do it as well. There are other softwares available which can do this for you. So if you go to Word, you go to references, you can find something here. Okay, and you can use other software. For example, Mendeley is a software which you can use for referencing. Okay, but you have to, like, put all the details yourself, and then it will do the citation for you, and it will do the different styles and so on and so forth. Okay, Ali Hussain, what is this? Your group should be a group. There's one guy. What to do with it? And where's the group name? Anyways, people who have not made their group yet, they can do it after the, or they should do it after the lecture. They have to decide about the topic as well. Everybody has to decide about the topic. Okay, everybody has to decide about the topic as well. Okay, and they have to tell me this is our topic. I will approve it, and then you start working on it. Before approval, you should not work. Okay, before approval, you should not start working. Okay, and when you will send me the topic, I will record it with me. So you will have to work on the same topic till the end. Okay. Uh, so Mehdi Hussain, Ali Hussain, two people, and team leader. I'll do it at the end again. I'll show the code at the end. Okay, do you guys have any questions? Now there are a lot of things which you have to explore yourself. Okay, especially in terms of writing and referencing. Okay, I'm available for any questions, any queries. But when you start reading the papers, things will become clearer for you. You will learn a lot when you are reading the papers, when you are reviewing the papers. So when you will review the papers, you will see different styles of referencing. You will see how to synthesize. Okay, so I told you, you will not list the papers, the finding of the paper, paper 1 finding, paper 2 finding. You have to synthesize it. So you will see in the papers how they synthesize different findings from different sources and they synthesize into one paragraph or so. Okay. So as far as the limit is concerned, there is no specific limit that it has to be this much exactly. Okay, so you are free to go. Okay, but I told you, I gave you the range for abstract. I told you the literature review section is the main one. I told you there must be at least 20 references from journals and conferences. Okay, and you have to include in the appendix list as well, appendix and the reference list as well. Okay, so these are like the main parts of your uh, paper. Okay, the other sections, apart from literature review, the other sections should be like within a page. Okay, apart from literature review can be longer. Obviously, you are dividing into themes and so on and so forth. Okay, the other sections should be maybe a 1 page or less. Okay, but normal size. Okay, if you are selecting pages with the font size 22 and so on, obviously then you will write one sentence in 1 page. I'm not talking about that. Okay, so normal 1 page which has like maybe around 600-700 words and so on. So it's like this. Okay, but again there's no limit. Okay, we will read your report and we will see, and you have to present it in the end as well. Okay, so do you have any other questions? Okay, so I would like to take up the project and the discussion of the project in the other classes as well. But okay, so I will come back to it. What did you do and so on and so forth. So we will have like a progress session time to time. Okay, and another thing is if I like I mentioned, if we continue with the online thing, then we may have to give you some more things to do during the class. Okay, because we have to compensate. We want the point is, if we continue with the online thing, we want to give less weightage to the midterm exam. Okay, because of obvious reasons. You guys know what will happen in the midterm exam if you do it online. So we may still take it, but we want to give it less weightage. So if we take the weightage from the midterm exam, we have to give it to other activities. Okay, so I have seen in the online sessions that you guys have been not have been that active that you were in the physical. Okay, so you have to now become more active if you continue with the online. But inshallah, things may become better. Okay, So this is the QR code. People who didn't do the attendance, please do it. If you have any questions, let me know.